Now, the last weather forecast on BBC One from Jack Scott, who's bowing out now after 14 years as a BBC television weatherman.
14 very happy years, that young chap should have said, and I wish that I'd had a better forecast to give you to end it all with. But one thing there is on this forecast, and that is that with the southerly winds coming into the country, things are going to warm up. It's not going to be all that dry, though, except in some eastern areas, because this depression here is moving up the western side of the country. That's what's keeping the southerly winds going. But it's pushing these fronts up that western side, and they're carrying a fair bit of rain, and this is the feature that's going to be giving us our weather over the next 24 hours. In fact, the chart for noon tomorrow shows those fronts moving up the western side of the country, with the depression still out to the west then, and high pressure of a sort to the east that will keep eastern areas, I think, fairly dry. But back to tonight's weather now, and that rain's already showing itself down in the southwest there, and during the course of the night it'll move through Wales, through Ireland, up into Northern Ireland by morning. There is a little rain about in the middle part of England that's tending to die out, and most parts of England, Scotland, apart from those western areas, will stay dry through the night. Reasonably mild too in the southerlies that we're getting into now. And the temperatures tomorrow, well, something that we haven't seen for quite some time. In the south here, 17 or 18 degrees centigrade, which is the low to middle 60s Fahrenheit. That's more like we ought to be seeing it about now. And not all that bad in the north there, between 13 and 15 centigrade is the upper 50s Fahrenheit. It'll still be fairly wet down that western side of the country, and all the while, the rain creeping on through Scotland during tomorrow. At the same time, it'll be turning rather showery in the southwest. And this more showery, brighter weather will be working its way up that western side during the course of the day. In fact, in the evening, over much of Scotland, the rain will turn showery. In central and eastern parts of England, fairly dry during tomorrow, and some sunshine. There may be a shower during the afternoon. And the outlook before that, beyond that, though, is for changeable weather to come back, but still rather on the warm side. Now, I'm not going to literally take my bow, as that young gentleman said, but I'm simply going to say thank you for all your kind wishes, goodbye, good luck, and of course, a very good night to you.
Well, the end of the day, but I do believe the dawn of a new career for Jack Scott. Our very best wishes to him for a bright time ahead. It's now 4 minutes past midnight. Let me just mention here that Radio 2 goes on throughout the night, and BBC One is back in the morning at 6 o'clock with the CFAX AM digest of news and information. Then it's breakfast time at 6:30. But for now, from Michael Main and the rest of us at the BBC Television Centre, it's good night.